Hello, everybody, and welcome to my podcast, Fulfillment in Faith. I am your host, Shannan Mondor. Today's episode is a continuation of my series, You Are Not the Only One. I was brought forth to do this series because during my healing from my addiction to alcohol, there were so many times that the universe had brought me to silence. And during those times is when I learned so many things about myself, and I was guided. I was guided to talk openly about my past, my abuse, my addiction, and to speak my truth. From those moments of silence is when we learn, we grow, and then we teach and help others. Today, I have a very special guest. Her name is Nikki Morton, who is here to share her story. Welcome, Nikki. How are you today?
I'm doing good. How are you today?
I am doing absolutely wonderful. So, Nikki, can you tell me a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and then let's get into your story.
Okay, so my name is Nikki Morton Moore.
Oh, Morton Moore. Oh,
Yeah, uh-huh.
that's a mouthful.
Because I use Morton for my social media, but my name is Nikki Moore. Yeah.
Okay,
I
okay,
use my maiden name for my social media
okay.
for Facebook. But I am from Virginia. I've lived here all my life. Um, I would love to move to Georgia, but I have not made it there yet.
Well, keep that
I
intention
am,
and you will.
yeah, I am a minister at my church. I am an author. I'm a mother. I'm a grandmother of two young ladies. Um, what else? Oh, I have two sons, um, Trevor and Corey. What else? I like to I like to speak to people, who are going through the things that I'm going to minister to them. I have my own radio, TV talk show that comes out of Atlanta on Foxtrot Radio.
Oh, and do you
And what
still
I
have
do,
that going? Do you still do that, Nikki?
yes, I still do that. And I have
Oh,
guests
okay.
on who have been through the hurt and pain, but now God has taken them to a place that like they're just flowing, like they've overcome the pain and the hurt, and now they're entrepreneurs, they're authors, they're whatever, So that's
That's
my what my
wonderful.
show is based on, like because I shared my story and now look what God did through the hurt and through the pain. It's a blessing. Your hurt and pain will become a blessing to you, because I couldn't see it at first, but I'm telling you, God has really blown me up here, for his glory. I take nothing, I'm just a vessel being used by him to help other women and men who are hurting from relationship, from abuse, physical and mental abuse. So yeah, he just got me out here everywhere. And then I have some special announcements coming up regarding my business. I can't say yet, but it's been an amazing ride right now. And all
That's
of this came
wonderful.
from the pain from
Mhm.
my husband leaving me. So
Well,
yeah.
I hear you too, because I'm on that exact same journey. At that
Mm-hmm.
time, we don't know why we're going through that whole process, but in the end,
Mm-hmm.
now that I look back, I'm like, yes, I had to go through all of that to get me to where I
Right.
am today, and for me to
Exactly.
be teaching and helping people. So,
Hmm. Yeah,
it
because you
really is a
really find
blessing.
your purpose. You find your
Absolutely.
purpose
Yes.
in your pain. Your purpose is in your pain. So
Yes.
yeah. So I found that out, and I was like, wow, it was like God says, you were so focused on your husband and cheering him on and whatever, but I have things I had put in you. I have gifts I had put in you. And if I would have let you stay in all that, with all the mess, all the whatever, you would never have seen what I have for you and who the person is that I made. Like, I wouldn't even imagine
Mhm.
being an author of 6 books. Like, it's just like, it's amazing to me. It
Okay,
really
so
is.
I'm getting excited here. So let's get into your story here, because
Okay.
for you to write 6 books, that's
Mm-hmm.
wow all in itself. So
Mm-hmm.
congratulations on that. Like,
Thank you. Thank
and I know
you.
we're going to hear more about that. So
Mm-hmm.
just
Yeah, so let's get into them.
yeah.
So the first book is How I Made It Through for Your Glory. But I'm talking with my friend. She said, Nikki, your third book should have been your first book, because my third book is don't tell. And that's about abuse that I went through sexually when I was a little girl by a family member. And she was saying to me, like, because all what you're going through now stemmed from that hurt from a little girl and wanting to be loved because somebody had hurt you. And so all your relationships you've been in, you've been looking for that love, and nobody can give you that love that you were looking for because you were hurt as a little girl.
Mhm.
And so I'll start with that book, Shh, Don't Tell. From the age of 8 till about 12 or 13, I was sexually abused by a family member. Like I said, it was very, very painful because he had full blown out sex with me. He used to take me to places around here in Virginia, and just rape me, in the cornfields, whatever, just park his car on the side of this dark road and just rape me. And he would ask me things that I had no idea what it meant. He was asking me, "Are you coming yet?" Or this, what is that? Like, I'm 8 years old. I don't know. 10. I was probably 10 then, but I still didn't know what he was talking about. He would always, have like paper towels and stuff in the back seat so I could wipe myself, clean myself up. Always make me take my panties off so they wouldn't have any kind of blood or anything in it. And I would just come home and just cry because my mom made us go to help him do his job. And she didn't know what was going on. And I was so scared to tell her because he would tell me, if you tell anybody, nobody's going to believe you, shh, you better not tell. And so that was my book cover. So everybody was asking me why that book cover, why somebody with their finger, because I say that's what I remember him doing. But yeah, she used to make us go. And I said, oh God, I want to tell my mom, but I was so scared of what he was going to do to me. He put fear in me.
Were there other siblings or children that you knew that he was doing
Yes.
to as well?
Hmm.
So what?
Yes. We found out later in years, though. I
Okay.
think we found out when we were in our 20s that he had also did this to other people in the family.
Oh my goodness.
Mhm. Yeah, so it was rough, because he cleaned the bank at night, and, you know, he would just bang on the door at the bank because I'm in the bathroom cleaning the bathroom. And he said, "Oh, you got to come out sometimes. You got to come out sometimes." And then, I'd be so scared to come out, but I had to come out.
Yeah.
And so he would just set me on top of the bank teller place and just have sex with me. And I'm screaming, "Mommy, please come and help me. Mommy, please come and help me. Please, somebody help me." And then it was an ongoing thing until I was about 12 or 13.
Oh,
And then he passed away because I used to always say, God is going to get you. I knew that there was a God, but I didn't have a relationship because I was a little girl. So, and I said, God is going to get you. God is going to get you for doing this. And I had no idea he was doing it to anybody else in the family. I just thought it was me. He would call me to his house and just have sex with me on the floor, and I would be screaming because it would hurt so much. And just come home and just take a bath just to get some relaxation down in the area, just some, you know, to make it feel better. The water made it feel better. And so with doing that, with that book, brought me into a marriage that was good at first, the first 3 years. And that book is called again, How I Made It Through for Your Glory. I was with my husband for 33 years, married 23 of the 33. I never thought that he would leave me. Because I thought our marriage was pretty good. We had our spats like every other couple. And at first, when we first got married, it was hard to let him touch me because I thought of the person who hurt me and my family. It was very hard. And I know I had to come clean with him because I didn't want him to think that, I wasn't desiring him. I had to come clean with him and tell him because I've never told him the whole time we were dating, whatever. And I said, I have to tell him because this is not fair to him. Now he's my husband. Like, and when we were just dating, it would we would have intercourse, but it was it, it was different when I got married to him for some reason. I don't know. Um, and so I told him what had happened and everything. And he said, Oh, that's why, because I could feel, you're jumping back, you don't, it was like you wanted it, but you wasn't sure, like you were moving my hands away from different places and everything. And I said, yeah, it just brought back memories, and I'm so sorry. And this is what happened to me. And, he cried a little bit and he said, but it's gonna be okay. I'll be gentle with you. And if you not feeling like you want to do anything, we don't have to. I understand. I completely understand. So I was grateful for that he understood. But as years went on and on and on, um, the cheating started. So, and I kept finding out about these women he was cheating with and everything. And he would deny it each and every time. And I would just say, Holy Spirit, please reveal this to me. I know it's going to hurt me, but please reveal it to me, because this is so wrong. I love this man. I'm faithful to him. I'm a good wife, the best wife that I could be, you know. And so he just kept going with the cheating, just kept going. So in the
How,
Holy
can
Spirit,
I ask how far into the marriage did he start his?
um, I would say maybe 6 years. The 6 year is when he started. It was pretty good up until then. He
And
started.
you already had, were already starting to have children at that time?
Oh yeah, we had children at that time. Yes, we did. So then he just kept cheating. And I would tell, and like I say, I would ask, him, and he would say no, and Holy Spirit reveals and everything. And each time he would just, oh, I'm sorry, it won't happen again. Please forgive me. I love you. I'm so sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. So I kept taking him back. And plus we had the kids, and I didn't want the kids to have parents that were separated or divorced, and I did, and I stuck in there. A lot of people ask me, why'd you stay so long? And it was because of my kids. I didn't want them to experience that. Um, and I still loved him a little bit. Each time he did it, it was like taking the love, just a little piece of the love out of my heart. So he continued, he continued, he continued. And so one day, one month he just stopped sleeping with me. And I'm saying, what is going on? Why is he not sleeping with me anymore? Like, what is going on? I say, there has to be somebody else. Again, it has to be somebody else. Well, to find out, it was somebody else. Um, so I asked him, why is he doing this? And he said, I don't love you as a husband should love his wife anymore. And I don't want to be married to you anymore. And that was it. That's what I got. I went upstairs and I in the bedroom and just started crying. I laid on the bed and just cried, 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 cried. And he came up to the bedroom. He stood by the bed, watching me cry, took my hand, and I told him, please don't do this to us. Please don't do this to us. Don't do this to the boys, da da da. A tear rolled down his face and he left the room. So then I packed my clothes to come to my mom's house for a little while just to get away from all of it. And by the time I came back from the 2 weeks, he had made plans to move out. He had his own apartment, everything. Oh, well, whatever's in here, we're just gonna sell and split the money. And that's what we did. And he just went on with his life and everything. And I still was hoping and wishing that he would come back and do this, make it right for me and the boys. And he never came back. So in that time of us separating, I felt like I was going crazy because I loved him so much. Um,
Well, especially with no explanation.
no, that's it. I don't love you as no more as a husband should love his wife,
Like
and I
why?
don't want to be married. That's it.
Yeah,
That's all I got.
yeah.
That's all I got. So I was just like, okay, what in the world is going on here? My heart just dropped to my feet because I could not believe what I was hearing. And in the time, of the separation, like I said, he he just it was very painful. I tried to take my life because of the pain. I can't remember a lot of it because I took so many pills. Ibuprofen, 800 milligrams, along with sleeping pills, and um, what else? I took something else, and I just was just gobbling it down because I just wanted the pain to go. I would be in my apartment just screaming and crying, like, God, where are you? Please take this hurt from me. I can't do this by myself. Where are you? Like, this hurts. And I just went through that same progress just over and over and over. And then I don't drink. So I went to the store and got some kind of stuff to drink. I don't even know because I don't drink. So I just wanted to get drunk. I just wanted the pain to go away any type of way I could get it to go away. But then it'll be back the next day. And my youngest son came to my mom's house where I was. And he said, Mom, you don't even drink. What are you doing? What are you doing? Like, you don't do this. And I said, it hurts so bad. I can't. He said, but Dad's not worth this, Mom. He's not worth your life, taking your life and doing things that you don't even supposed to be doing and you don't do. So as time went on, the same thing, I signed myself up for a divorce care group. A friend of mine wanted me to go, and she was my angel. God sent her to take care of me because she did. She really, truly took care of me. And her name was Brooke. And she ministered to me. She gave me scripture. There was times that I was so mean to her because I said, you just don't know what I'm going through. But she understood because she had been through it twice. So she really, truly understood what I was going through. So I said, you just don't understand. She said, yeah, I understand, but you got to get out of this. You can't stay in this. This is not a good place for you right now. And you're trying to take your life and all that. You're not in a good place. You need to go to where I went. And I went to a divorce care group and it helped me so much. Please think about going. Please think about going. I said, no, because I don't want to be around a lot of people and da da da. And she said, Nikki, please go. You need to go. You're hurting so bad. And I don't want you to try to take your life again because it will get you to that spot if you keep doing it. So I decided to go and I cried the whole time. The sessions went on for a while. And I just looked at these people that was laughing and jolly who had went through this. And I'm just looking at them and saying, guys, how did y'all get to this place? Like, it's just like, will I ever be there? Will I ever be in that place where you all are? Like, you overcame it and you don't even feel anything from it. Like y'all look so free and you talk so free, but I'm still hurting and da da da. They say, well, it's fresh for you. It's been years for us. And yes, you will get to this place. And I said, I don't even believe it. I don't believe I'll get to that place because I hurt so much. And they said, you will get to that place. And so I did. I got to that place. And I thank God for getting me to that place because it took Brooke again. Now she wanted me to go to a retreat. And I said, okay, I'll think about it. She said, go to this retreat. It's going to be a good church retreat for you. I think it's going to change things for you in how you're thinking and how you're feeling and everything. I went to the same thing. So I'm just telling you all the steps that I took to heal. I need you to do the same thing to heal. So I shot her down a couple of times and then I said, okay, I'll go. So the week leading up to leave to go to the retreat is a Thursday. You leave and you come back on a Sunday. And she came to pick me up, and all that week toward going toward Thursday, I would just be praying to God, okay, God, meet me there. She said she got healed there. And I know your words say you're not no respecter of persons. So I know that you're going to meet me there. Please meet me there because I need healing. I need my heart to heal. So I went to the retreat and the days went by and I'm still crying like a baby. So they take you to this in different part of the church and you have this thing like you have a rock with a cross on it. And it's like you lay down everything that's hurting you at the feet of Jesus. And you just tell what you're laying at Jesus' feet. And I did. I went up. At first, I didn't want to go up, but I did. And I went up and laid my rock down on the altar and I told God, please heal my heart. I'm leaving my pain and my hurt right here with you. Please heal my heart from this marriage breakup because I just can't do this by myself. So went back to my seat. And then this young lady comes up to me, and I had on sandals, and her tears start hitting my feet. And she started wiping her tears with her hair off my feet. So I didn't even know what that was about. I said, God, okay, whatever you're doing right here, maybe she's gone through this or something. I don't know. I just came back to my seat crying myself. And all of a sudden she stoops down beside me and just starts crying, and the tears just hitting my feet. And she's wiping the tears with her hair. I said, okay, I don't know what that's about. Like I said, so maybe she's gone through this or she's going through it. I don't know, but I'm gonna let her do her. So then we went into another part of the church with the big sanctuary. So I sit in the back, and I looked up and I seen this beautiful painting of Jesus. And it took my breath away. And I just looked up and I Jesus, oh my God, Jesus. And the tears just start running down my face. It was like he was there waiting for me. So I moved myself in the pew to like the second pew where the picture was. And I said, Jesus, I'm going to talk to you just like you're sitting, standing right here because your eyes is meeting my eyes. And I'm going to tell you everything that I feel right now. And I need you to take this thing from me, please, Jesus. And I'm telling you, I went up there. Then Sunday came, and I was still feeling kind of, but a little bit better. Monday morning, I woke up, I was like a new person. Like, what in the world? Like, this is so good. This felt so good. Like everything was lifted up on me. And ever since that day, I've been a new person. It
Mhm.
was like God said, now I hear you. I hear you. I'm gonna take everything from you. So now that book is now a stage play. It has,
Oh,
yeah, it has a song. Glory After This, a song was made from it also. What else from the book? Oh, we did a music video, which is on YouTube, Glory After This. And it's been amazing. I mean, the play was great. We had over 300 and some people there. They are trying to add 3 more shows here in Virginia. We've been invited to Ohio and North Carolina also for the play.
so
But
do you play a character? Are you playing yourself in this play?
no, my sister's playing me, and my sister looks like me. So everybody
Oh my
thinks we're twins, but
goodness.
we're not. I'm older than she is,
Oh,
but she 1 year older. But everybody thinks we're twins, and they would say, "Nikki, man, if I close my eyes, I would think that's you up there. Your sister sounds just like you." I mean, she played your part. Like she got so much praise because I said, yeah, because she was here to see the tears, the hurt, the pain. I say Brooks seen more than they seen, but they seen pain and hurt also. But Brooks seen so much more because I was at her house all the time, snotting on her rug and rolling around and just screaming out of my mind like I'm going crazy. I can't do this. I can't do this. But God brought me through all that, and now the play, the video, the CD. Yes, all that came out of that pain.
and all of this information is going to be in the podcast notes, just to let everyone
Right.
know.
Yeah. Yes. So yeah. So, and then the second book, I'm gonna say the second book is called The Journey Continues for His Glory. So it's just a continuation to tell people how I'm doing, how I'm making it, yeah, I'm healing, I'm still going to therapy, da da da, da da da. I even have a chapter in there where my ex-husband had asked me, could we be friends? At that time, I couldn't be his friend for a little bit, but we are friends now. If we're out somewhere, we're cordial to each other, and everything. So it's not like no chummy thing, but when we're out, we see each other, we're cordial.
Mhm.
So that's that book. And then out of that, still wanting love, still wanting somebody to love me because I don't really know what love feels like because everybody that say they love me, they hurt me. So, yeah. So now
I
I
understand
get,
when it comes to that.
mm-hmm, Yeah. And so now I'm on Facebook, this thumbing around on Facebook, and I see this guy's picture, and I can't remember if he was in a group or this random picture that like people you may know or something. I don't even know where I seen him at. So I just said hi to him, and a month went by. I didn't hear anything. So I said, okay, well, oh well. And then a little bit after the month went by, he finally came into my messenger and said hello to me. And I said, oh, I said hello to you a month ago. Like, what is this? And he said, well, I had to make sure you wasn't catfishing me. I said, oh no, catfishing you. This is me. I'm the person. You know, the pictures you seen is me. I'm not making pretend I'm nobody else. And so we talked and we talked and we talked and we talked about God, the Bible, and everything. And he was learning all the things about me. He was asking me questions about myself and everything. I said, okay, this is good. This is good. And we having Bible study before we talking and everything. And so, and he was younger. He was 8 years younger than me when I first met him.
How long
And
ago was this?
what's this, 2023, probably 2017, 18
Okay.
when I met him. Yeah. And he told me, you know, he owned his own business and all this. And I said, okay, okay, nice, nice. So he asked, could he come and visit? We talked on the phone a lot. We did a lot of FaceTimes. He used to send me all these little videos of him singing and, you know, all these cute little texts and I love you and da da da. So I'm just in hog heaven, like somebody really loving me now. Like they really loving me. So he asked, could he come and visit? And I said, sure, you can come and visit. So he came to visit. You know, he was in another state and he came to visit. And we had a very good visit until he was going to stay 2 weeks. So the second week came around, I was in a brief relationship with somebody I didn't know. Like, who are you? You're not the person that was on the phone with me. The first week was wonderful. He was showing me all kinds of love and being considerate and da da da. And then the second week, he turned into a monster. I said, "Oh my God, who have I got in my house? Who have I got in my house?" And I knew he was bipolar, you know, and I said, I could deal with somebody who's bipolar. You know, he's just going to have swings. And I seen the swings when he was there and everything. And then he all of a sudden said, oh, you still got my clothes in the suitcase? And I said, well, where are they supposed to be? You're going home in another week. And he said, no, I'm going to stay here. Stay here. He moved himself in and like I had this little camera in my kitchen because my coworkers gave me the camera because I believe somebody was coming into my apartment when I was at work. So they wanted me to feel safe. So he seen that and he thought I was spying on him and he thought this big corporate place was looking in on my in my apartment. I say, it's just a little app on my phone. I look and see who coming if somebody's coming in and out of my house. I
Yeah.
said, my coworkers gave me this so I could feel safe and everything. He said, no, you need to turn it off because I don't want my image on anything. And I said, no, I'm not turning it off. It's been on before you even got here. Like, I just didn't have this put in because you were coming. I've been and had this.
Mhm.
Like, no, you're going to turn it off. So I go out in the hallway to do something and I come back in and I looked at my phone and it'll tell me if the camera's off and on. It was off. I said, why did you turn off my camera? So he got all upset because I turned that off and it turned into this big thing. My friend had to come over there with me because he wanted to fight me. Um, I called the police and I said, I want him out of my house. But he was so smart. He had mail to come to my house. And when you have mail to come to your house, they can't tell him to leave. He knew what he was doing. And I said, but he just had something delivered from Amazon. They said, man, we don't care. He used this address and he has clothes here. I say, of course he has clothes here because he's visiting. He said, no. The officer said, no, we can't.
So you
Now, if he,
probably weren't the first one that he did this to.
no, I found out I wasn't. I wasn't.
Unbelievable.
Oh, yes. So then um I said, okay, so you're telling me that I can't get this person out of my house who's threatening me and doing a nope, he has an address.
That is
That's the address.
ridiculous.
Yes. So in the state of Virginia, if they use your address and they've been there, yes, and they got clothes there, you can't put them out if they don't want to leave. Now the officer said, now if he goes out the house, you could throw his clothes over the balcony, lock your door for all we care. But if he does he stays in there, he stays in, and he stayed in. He did not move,
So you
and
couldn't
he's
get him to go to the corner store.
they couldn't get him to do nothing. He
Oh,
stayed in there because he knew if he left, I was gonna lock him out and throw his clothes over the balcony.
gosh.
So days went by, and then all of a sudden on a Wednesday, he said, well, I'm so sorry for what I did. Da, 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 da. And I said, but why'd you do all these things? Like, I didn't even imagine you were like this. Like, you say, what am I about? I mean, I'm still this and I'm still that. I'm sweet and da da da. No, you're not sweet because you're doing things that you shouldn't be doing in my house. Like, you just being mean. You're messing with my stuff. I told you how much I didn't like lights on. Why do we need lights on? I mean, it was a small apartment. The TV lit the whole apartment up. So I said, we don't really need lights until you go in the kitchen or something. But he would just do things to irritate me. He would turn the lights on. He knew I didn't like cursing in my house. He made sure he would play videos with cursing in it. I mean, really just to get to me because I had called the police on him. So that night, the police had to come back again because he was doing all these things. And they said, if we have to come back here one more time, somebody's going to jail. And I told the officer, well, I know it won't be me because I live here. I'm not doing all these things. He's egging me on. He's doing these things to me, you know. So once they left again, they didn't take him because again, he has an address there. So then I went in my room. I stayed in my room. I stayed away from him. He stayed in the living room. And I he's out there with the cursing going on again and everything just to irritate me still. I said, why does he keep doing this? I don't want to call the police again, but if I have to, I will. So I went in my closet and turned the Wi-Fi off. So he knew I had turned it off. So he comes to my bedroom door, Nikki, turn that Wi-Fi back on. Why'd you turn it off? I said, because I don't want to hear the cursing. I told you that. Then he busts in my room, put his fists up and said, if you don't turn that Wi-Fi back on, you're going to see a person that you don't want to see in this house. So that scared me. So I said, okay, he's getting ready to get physical with me. So I said, okay, I'm going to turn it back on. So I called my friend who's a police officer and he was on duty. He said, well, I'm just in the office tonight, so I can sit on the phone with you. Let me ask you some questions. And I said, okay. He said, so can you see him from where you're sitting in your room? And I said, yes, I can. He said, does he have tattoos? And I said, yes. And he would ask me what areas. And he said, now don't you say it. I'm going to ask you. Does he have one on his arm? I said, yes. Anything on the neck? I said, yes. Face, he had a teardrop. Yes. Okay. And so he said, well, I got your no, text me your address. I got your phone number and everything. So if anything goes off, I got information. And I said, okay. So he stayed on the phone with me till like 5:30 that morning. I was so tired because I was scared to go to sleep because I didn't know what this man was going to do to me. So Thursday came and I said, you need to leave. You really need to leave. And he didn't speak to me all Thursday. Nothing, just silence. Nothing. I would ask him a question. It was like I wasn't even there. And then Thursday night, he came to me and said, no, this was Wednesday night. Thursday, he came to me and said, well, can I stay here until Friday because my dad is going to send me some extra money so I could get home. I said, if you're not gonna act the fool, yeah, you can stay here. And I just went in my room and locked myself in when he was there and everything. So he left. He did leave finally. But then Nikki started to meet him. The flesh was just missing him, like, man, I miss him. Like, and I wanted him to come back. And he said, okay, I'll come back. So I sent him money to come back, but he used my money elsewhere and did not come back. He told me he was, but he didn't. So in the 3, 4 years that we were knowing each other, it was just an off and on relationship. I would still fly to see him. He would come back up here one more time, and we're still in this relationship. And then he asked me, he said, you think we can move in together? I really love you, and I'm so sorry for everything that I put you through, but I'm finding myself really loving you. And I said, yeah. So I'm eating it up. Like, again, I'm searching for love. I want love so much that oh yeah, we can do this. We can do this, knowing that it's wrong, knowing that it's wrong for me to live with him without being married to him. So I went to pick him up from his state, and we moved in together. And that's when I really, 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 really saw the person that I didn't like. I seen 3 people. He was schizophrenic. There was 3 people in the house with me. There was a very nice man. There was a man who was just so evil and hurtful and everything. And then there was a little boy. There was time he act like a little boy and be crying like I'm his mom or something. So 3 people in the house with me.
Was he on medication?
He told me he was, but I don't believe he was, just because of how he was acting, and there's still the up and down thing,
Say the ups and downs would have been a sure
Mm-hmm.
sign that he was not
Mm-hmm.
regularly
Right,
taking medication.
right. So then he was a gamer. So all he wanted to do is be on the TV doing the game. So I'm saying, okay, if you're my boyfriend, why don't you want to spend time with me? Like, every night I sit here and watch you game all night long. Like, he said, well, you're here with me, so what, we're all spending time together. I said, no, you're spending time on the game. You're not paying attention to me. And he got upset with that. And I said, so remember the agreement we had that we were going to go 50-50 on these bills, da da da. And all of a sudden, he just gave me this look like, what are you talking about? Like, I never said that. So I left it alone. So the next day, I came home from work and for lunch, and he was there gaming. And I said, well, remember the electric bill I told you I was going to have from the other apartment? And you said that you were going to help me pay it, right? He said, no, I never said that. Yeah, you did. I asked you that. I told you that I'm gonna have an older bill from the other apartment. And did you mind helping me pay it before this one came for the new apartment? And you said, yes. I never said that. He never remembered anything he said. Everything was always my fault. He didn't have any fault. Everything was me. Everything was me, me, me. You did this, and you did that. And I said, no, telling you, you told me that. He tried to make me say, he tried to, no, you said, no, I never said that. He tried to make me seem like I was going crazy. Like, I know I didn't say these things. I didn't see things. He was telling people, my friends, the things, I was doing that I never did. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
And was
making
he
up
actually
things.
believing that though? Was he
Yeah.
believing that you did that?
Yes, he did. He truly believed it. He truly believed it. Everything he said that I was doing to he tried to make me look crazy in front of my friends. Like, she's going crazy. Y'all better check her out. Like, she's really going crazy. We were in the mall. She seen these girls coming up and she took my hand like I was her property. I
Did your,
never did that.
did your friends ever say to you, like, get out of this relationship?
No, because he was so charming. Like, when he met my friends, he was so charming to them. And they would say, Nikki, this has got to be the man for you, da da da. But after they figured it out, after I told them what was going on, they said, yes, you need to get out of this relationship, da da da. But Nikki was still loving it, still loving it. But then that day I came home for lunch. So I said, well, here's the bill. I'm going to need your money. I'm not giving you anything. I'm not paying nothing while I'm here. And so his keys was laying on the table in front of him. And so I took my keys off the table and I said, well, since you don't want to pay anything, you don't get keys. This is my house. Your name is not on no lease, no nothing. You don't get to have a key if you're not paying for anything. So he jumps the coffee table to come after me. And I tried to get out the door. I had my cell phone and his keys in my left hand. So I'm opening the door to go out. And I've got one arm out the door. He takes this hand and pushes away from the door. He takes the door and then slams it on my arm. I thought he broke my arm. I thought he broke my arm. I was bent over in pain, bent over and just like, what has this man did to me? Like, he has really broke my arm. It bruised, it got swollen. I couldn't use my fingers for about maybe 3, 4 weeks.
And
Nothing. I had to.
how long did he stay after that? How long did it take?
After that, they took him to the jail because I pressed charges. And he only stayed there overnight because somebody bailed him out, one of his family members, I'm guessing. But so then after that, oh, he wanted to come and get his clothes. And I said, the only way you're gonna come here is police escort. Because I had to go get a what you call them, where he can come around me. What is it called? Uh,
Oh,
protective order. I had
yes.
to get a protective order, and that's the only way he could come is that he have a police escort to get his things. And so I called the police to let them know that he wanted to come. He also called, and two police officers were at my door once he got back, and he got his things out, and he went down the street and moved in for, he rented a room or something. And then he met another girl. She used to come there to that place, and that was down the street from me, this down the street. And then I got in touch with her because he had stole her car and went to Washington, D.C. and sold her car to a drug dealer. So yeah, he has a lot of issues.
Yeah, this has been quite the chaos. Whoa. Uh, so what was that pivotal moment in your life that you really feel had brought you to stillness? What was that
um,
where you shifted and you were like, enough is enough?
when I got hurt, when the physical started, because it was always verbal abuse. You
Mhm.
know, I was always an MF. I was never called my name that much. I was always an MF. You're that. F you. Da 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 da. Da. You're toxic. You're this and you're that.
Mhm.
And I said, well, you're just a narcissist. And he said, you don't even know what a narcissist is. I said, well, yeah, I do. And if you go back there and look in the mirror, oh, you will see what a narcissist
Well, a
is.
narcissist don't know that they're narcissists.
Yes, that's true. But that's why I was showing him that, yeah, that's what you are.
Yeah.
But that's when it really took a turn for me, when he got physical. It's like, no more, I can't do it, because the next time, if I let him come back, I might not have a life.
Exactly.
So that really turned me right there.
And what was your biggest learning lesson from that whole journey? What is it that you want people to know out there that are going through
Um,
the same thing that you're going through right now? Because there are thousands, and you know just as well as I do, there are
mhm,
thousands of people out there that are in extremely abusive relationships.
mhm.
What did you learn from it that you want others to know?
Oh gosh. I learned to listen to others, because sometimes you can't see what they see.
That you're in
So I've
the
learned,
box. You're in the
yes,
box.
right. So I've learned that, like, to listen to other people, because you're so in it that you're blind to it. So to listen to others, um, get therapy, and if you're not married to that person, you know, get out. Like, I don't know if it's going to be easy for you. Do they work, or do they leave the house? When they leave the house, then you go. I do have a friend who went through this, and that's what I had to take for her. She left the house when he left, so she left with her clothes and everything. Now with marriages, I'm not sure what to say about if you're married to one. But if it's physical, oh yes, get out. If he's physical with you, yes, get out.
So, you talk about your husband in the past.
Mm-hmm.
You were so in love with him, and how that turned out, and then you attracted this individual into your life.
Mm-hmm.
You would have done anything for love. because
Mm-hmm.
of what stemmed from your childhood. Where are you
Mm-hmm.
now in regards that when it comes to your self-worth, um,
Mm-hmm.
how you really view the individual that you are? Could you speak a little bit more on that?
So now, my self-worth, I look at it big time. Like I'm worth more than, what I was attracted to me, attracting to me. I know that I'm worth more than that. Um, I know who I am in God now. I learned a lot about myself through all of this and, prayer and this seeing this, the growth in myself. Just I just feel free. I do. I feel like I can just accomplish anything now where they had me in such a low self-esteem, like I couldn't do anything. I wasn't going to be anything, but I know my worth. I know I'm a great woman. I know I'm a wonderful woman. I know I'm a woman of God. I'm a woman of authority. Like I just know I'm this great person now that that was in me, but it had to take all that for me to see all that
Exactly.
because I used to even shoot my own self down. Like I'm never going to be anything. I'm ugly. I'm worthless. I guess that's what these are kind of men I'm supposed to be around. Like people just hurt me all the time. I don't know, so, but now I don't see that. I see myself as very, very accomplished author.
You
Um,
are. Yeah,
just
you
yeah,
are.
just a wonderful person. I think I'm a wonderful person. It made me reach out to other women, because I have a compassionate heart, big time, as well as you said you did, and you know how when you feel other people's pain and you want to just embrace them, you want to just make it all right, and that's how I feel. I just want to make it all right for these ladies that I get to talk to. And I've even got to talk to two men who's been through their wives leaving them. And so
Well, and women can
that,
be just abusive
oh
to
yeah,
men.
oh yeah, oh yeah. So yeah, so that's where I am. I just know my worth now. Like nobody can just even stop me now. Like I'm on this road with God, and it's just so amazing to bring his name glory. I thank him for letting me be the vessel. I thank him for everything that I went through because it helped me to grow
Mhm.
and to become the woman that I was supposed to be probably way back when, in the marriage, the first marriage, So
And
yeah.
what I want to know and get more into detail is you said you are a pastor. So I want
Mhm.
to know where you are now in your life. You're a successful published author. You said that you are a pastor. Can you
Mhm.
talk more in detail regarding that?
So I am a minister,
Sorry.
licensed minister.
Okay.
So um, my sister and my cousin, they already seen the call on my life, but I said no way. I don't want no. It's too much. Jesus, no. And everybody started calling me minister, and I'm saying, okay, like God, I don't want to do this. I really don't want to do this. You got to deal with people and their personalities and this and that.
Okay, but
And
okay, now we're going to go back a second. Why were they calling you minister? What is
I
it
guess
that
it
you
was
were
just
doing?
like God was just pouring it into them to tell me, to reassure me, like God is calling you be a minister, but I'm the one that says no. No, not me, not me. I don't know enough scripture. I don't like to talk in front of people, but now I do it all the time. I don't like to talk in front of people, da da da. And they say, "Oh my gosh, you got you." I'm telling you, it's there. Okay, that's all we're gonna say. Okay. So during that time of my hurting in the husband time,
Mhm.
um, I had called in from work and I told my boss, I can't come in today. I am tore up. I can't stop crying, da da da. And she understood because she just went through a divorce. She said, take much as time as you need, Nikki. And I said, okay. So I sat on the edge of my bed and I said, God, please come and sup with me today. I need you. Please, I need you. So the Spirit of God told me to go into the other room, in the living room. And I did. I just start worshiping God, just playing the worship music. And I mean, I opened my eyes. I could feel God's love. I could see God's love. It was like this cloudiness in my apartment. I've never had that happen. And all I could do was fall to my knees. I couldn't even stand up in it. And God says, go get a notebook and a pen because I want to talk to you. And all the crying and tears. Okay, God, okay, no, okay, all right, whatever you want me to do, I don't care. I just want this over with. So I get down on my knees and I'm at the love seat and I got my little pen and my paper and I say, okay, God, I'm here. What do you want to say? What you want me to do? He says, Nikki, accept the call that I have on your life. And I say, but God, I don't know how to talk. I don't know how to do this. And he said, well, Nikki, just like I was with Moses, I shall be with you also. I'll speak for you. And I said, okay, God, but I'm scared to talk in front of people. So then he takes me to the scripture in Jeremiah where it says, don't be afraid of their faces. And I said, it's nothing I can say, God, because you're always going to come back with your word or something in your word. I said, okay, I surrender. I give up. I'll take the call. And ever since that day, I took the call. I joined the church and I told the pastor that I had a call. God was calling me to be a minister. And right now I'm taking ministerial classes still. You know, we're licensed, so we'll be ordained in October. That way we can marry people, we can do funerals and stuff like that. So, and I'm on my last two classes of seminary. So it's been hard. It has been hard, but I love God and I know God's going to help me take this thing all the way to the end because those classes are no joke. Like, it's no joke. Like, oh my gosh, it's just so much to absorb and try to remember and everything. So, but that's where I am. And being a minister, you know, it's been lovely to minister to people, you know, on this level. I am a part of the outreach team, so it's wonderful to go out there and outreach to other people and love on other people and give them things they need and everything. That just warms my heart because I used to have a nonprofit organization called Heavenly Helping Hands, and I just did so much for the community, along with some great partners and everything. So that's my heart. So that comes along with being a minister. So now I embrace it now. Where I didn't want to embrace it, now I embrace it.
Do you think you'll write another book?
Yeah, I'm working on book 7 now. It's going to be called The Goodness of God. And I'm telling you the stories of how God has kept me through all of this. The leaving, my husband leaving me where I didn't think I could make it because he was the breadwinner. I got, how am I going to make this financially? I don't make a lot of money. How am I going to pay rent? How am I going to do this and da da da? But God took care of me. You know, when we went to court, my husband and I, he told me what he was going to give me a month. And I said, where am I going to live for $200 a month? And I told him what I wanted. And he said, I'm not giving you that. I came home and started praying. I said, God, did you really hear him? He told me what he was going to give me, but I know you're going to give me what I want because you said you're going to give me my heart's desire. I can't live like this on $200. Did you just hear what he told me? He said, and I went and got me some scriptures because we were in the court that Friday. This was a Wednesday. And I said, I'm going to get me some scriptures. And God, I'm going to put it in my shoe and stand on your word. And that's what I did.
I just love you because you said before you didn't know any scriptures and now you know them all. Like, that just
No, I don't know them all. I wish I did. But I did that. I stood on his word and like God just really, really, really just blessed me that day. I had two lawyers. I was only paying for one, but I had two that day. And I told my first lawyer, I said, who is this? And she said, oh, she coming along with me today. We're gonna tag team today. And I said, well, do I have to pay for her services too? She said, absolutely not. They tag teamed over on his side. Oh, it was just so hilarious. So now he pays me more than what I asked him for. So if you had just did what I asked you to do, you wouldn't have to. And he hates it every month. He hates giving it up, but that's okay.
Okay, I
So
have
yeah.
every minute with you here. Do you have any, final words that you want to say to the audience out there?
I would just say, just continue with your life. Like, it's not the end of the world when you go through, seek God for everything, all your answers, all your needs, all your wants, all your comfort, all your peace, all your joy, all that. Seek God, because God is in all that. God is all that. His love is amazing. He's not going to hurt you. He's not going to steer you wrong. You have to have faith and trust in him. Don't let your faith waver. Like, 1 minute, yeah, God, this and that, you're gonna do this, and then the next minute, if something goes wrong, you're like, oh, it's me. Oh, you can't waver. You got to have that faith. Like, God is gonna do this for me. So I just pray for all who are out there who's going through, their trials and tribulations, their relationships, their hurts, whatever. I pray that you all this are become overcomers, because I am an overcomer, and I know that you can be an overcomer too, because God said he is no respecter of persons. What he does for one, he would do for all. So I just pray everyone's healing out there and everyone's joy and peace. And I just thank you for this time, just to be able to tell some of my story, because that's just a little bit of it, but
And
I just
I am so thankful that you are on my podcast to
Mhm.
share this story with you. So I want to thank you for being a part of my journey.
Okay.
This has been absolutely amazing. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
So, in closing, if you like this podcast, please subscribe and tell your friends. I ask that you also go to my website, shannanmondor.com, and check it out. There you can look at my one-on-one coaching that I have available, and also my Fulfillment in Faith coaching program, which is a 6-month personal development and mindset program, which will absolutely change your life. So once again, I want to thank everybody for listening to this podcast, and I especially want to thank you, Nikki. I am truly
You're
blessed.
welcome. You're welcome.
And thank you. I just absolutely adore you. So thank you so
Thank
much.
Yes, thank you for having me.
You're very, very welcome.